Hey, hey, glad you're back. This is the second video in this series, and I'm going to be changing percents to decimals. Okay, I'm just going to dive right in because I already introduced it in the first video, so you already know what we're talking about. We're going to be changing a percent into a decimal. All right, remember they're related, all that good stuff. So if I have a percent, let's say, for example, 24%. And I want to change 24% into a decimal. Okay, now 24. Just think of 24 by itself. Where's the decimal on a number if we can't see it? Do you remember? It's right behind. There's always a decimal point at the end of every single number, even if we don't write it down. And that makes this really helpful. So there's a decimal place after the 4. Now, if you remember, percent means out of 100. 100 has 2 zeros, right? So we have to move our decimal 2 places because we have to hold those places for our percent, okay? So I'm going to move my decimal 2 places to the left, and now I have a new decimal. I just moved it 2 places, okay? So my new number is 0 and 24 hundredths. That's my answer. That's it. Done. Easy, right? Okay, now you might be sitting there thinking, oh, wait, what about the last one? How am I supposed to do this one? Don't worry. I have another lovely saying to help you out. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to write it down. Okay, here's my next saying for you. Please don't lie. Yeah, probably a good idea, right? Don't lie. Good life lesson. So I got 2. If you watch my first video, you remember that we don't pester rattlesnakes. Now, also, please don't lie, right? That's a good idea, not to lie. But again, this is going to help us out. You already know how this works. The P in please, what is another very important word that starts with P? Percent. Percent. And the P comes first. So we know we're going to deal with percents first. And then don't, D, is the same as decimal. So I've got another first letter. This comes second. So I know I'm going to be changing from a percent to a decimal. And if I'm going from percent to decimal, which direction am I going to go? L for lie, left. I'm going to be moving 2 places to the left this time. Let's try it out. Let's say I have something like 3%. Okay? Now, 3%. Where's the decimal even if I can't see it? After the 3. Okay, so I have a decimal after the 3. I want to change this percent into a decimal. So percent to decimal, please don't lie, left. I need to go to the left 2 places. So I'm going to take my little decimal and move them over 1, 2, and now I have a new decimal place, but I've got an empty spot. So what should I put in that empty spot? We always add zeros. Okay, we just stick a 0 right in there, and then we call it good. So my new number is 0 and 3 hundredths. Just like that. Let's do another one. All right, here we go. 107%. Okay, percent to decimal. Please don't lie. P, percent, D, decimal. Okay, we know we're going to go to the left. My decimal is after the 7, even though I can't see it. It's there. So I need to move it 2 to the left, which puts my decimal in between the 1 and the 0. So my new answer is going to be 1 and 7 hundredths. Okay, I'm going to write down one more for us really quickly. All right, here it is. Oops. Okay, I've got 60%. I mentioned it in the last video. I know you might get sick of me saying this, but it's only to help you out. So percent to decimal, please don't lie. Percent to decimal, left. I'm going to take this decimal that is after the 0 and move it how many? That's right, 2 places to the left. So here we go. 1, 2. So my decimal is right here on the other side of the 6. So when I rewrite that as a decimal, it's always a good idea to put a 0 out front, just so that way you know that that's in the ones place. And then we have 60 hundredths. Now, if you get a number like this, honestly, it's just a good idea. 60 hundredths is the same thing as 6 tenths. And it can be really helpful later on when we start doing more things with decimals to just drop that 0 on the end. So we'll take 60% and turn it into 0 and 6 tenths. Just like that. That's all you got to do. Don't pester rattlesnakes, and please don't lie.